I wanted to do a video on my plan to do 30 days with no refined sugar or sugary drinks. I'm going to just eat normal foods like I have normally been doing, but not eat like sweets like cake or drinking Cokes or anything sweet. I'm just gonna like no sugar in my coffee. I'm gonna just do that for 30 days and see what happens. I gained some weight over the winter, and it's starting to it's a new year, and I want to try and get into shape, and I don't think that sugar helps me much. And I was kind of thinking about that, and I started doing a little research on it, and found out some kind of alarming things about sugar that I wanted to share with everybody, because we are in an epidemic of obesity in the United States, and a lot of diseases that result from that, even especially on Indian reservations. It's really bad, and I have I have family members on both sides of my family who've died from diabetes, or they've had limbs removed, or they've gone blind, and or they're on a dialysis, and it's really it's a terrible disease, or they just get really skinny and they lose a lot of weight and strength, and so I thought I'd do a video on what I found out, and probably do one after 30 days and tell you how I feel. But this is concern not just here in Fort Hall. I was talking to a friend over in Lame Deer on the Northern Cheyenne Reservation. His name's Otto Braided Hair, and he told me last year when I was talking, he said, back when we used to eat buffalo and roots, we were all in shape and healthy. And he goes, now look at us. And I was thinking about this too when I was working on my book, So Long as Game May Be Found Thereon, because I have a section on what we used to call ourselves, and we called ourselves like the Agai Dika, or the Guchen Dika, or the Badahaya Dika. We had these names. And basically what those names mean is we were named after the food that we ate, like the primary food that we would eat. So like Agai Dika is like the salmon eaters, Guchun Dika is the buffalo eaters, and so we were named after our foods. And so I started thinking, like, well, how would we name ourselves today? What foods would we be called? We'd probably be called the Bihavi Dika. Bihavi is sugar. So the sugar eaters. And I say this because, I go around Fort Hall to, family gatherings, or, and I see a lot of our real little ones getting really heavy, and foods like real sugary drinks, and just kind of not eating very healthy. And but anyway, I also wanted to say that I wrote this article here a while back. It's called Treaty and Trust Responsible Funding Trends in Indian Country, focus on Indian Health Service. And this is a journal my wife and I started, and it's down now, but I'm gonna get it back up, and put the link to it. But basically, I looked up some statistics in here on like the health of Native Americans, and compared it with the health of just the general population of the United States. And the numbers are pretty crazy, like, because the United States is one of the, I think it's like the most obese country in the world. It's really, really bad. And when you have obesity like that, it's going to lower your work productivity. It's going to cause a strain on like medical resources and stuff. And so it's like a big deal. And so just from my paper here, when you compare the 11 causes of death in comparison to death rates of the U.S. all races populations, alcohol related is 520% greater, tuberculosis 450, chronic liver disease and cirrhosis 368% greater, motor vehicle crashes 207% greater, diabetes mellitus 170% greater, unintentional injuries 141% greater, poisoning 118% greater, homicide 86% greater, suicide 60% greater, pneumonia 37% greater, firearm injury 16% greater. And so like these are statistics that are quite alarming. And if you think about these, how many of these relate back to high sugar consumption or alcohol consumption? And now some of the research I was doing on this was that the way the body metabolizes alcohol and the way it metabolizes fructose or fructose, it's similar. They both can result in fatty liver disease and cause problems with the liver. And so you could get people dying of liver disease that don't consume alcohol, and it's because they're consuming large amounts of fructose, which is in a lot of our foods that we eat today. And so I also looked up like how many pounds of sugar we Americans eat, and the diabetes council says 101 pounds. Robert Lustig, he's like a lead researcher in this area. Back in 2010, he said we consume like 141 pounds per year. And I think that's probably more, it might even be higher. And what's even worse is like if you eat fructose, these sugars, with fats. I mean, when you do them together, it's even, when you combine them, it's even worse. And that Robert Lustig, he equates fructose to poison because only your liver can process it, and that's similar to like a poison. When you get poisons in your system, your liver cleans it out, and it causes hypertension and gout. And so, like, I know a lot of natives. I have borderline high blood pressure, and I've had for years. But I know a lot of people on the reservation struggle with hypertension and gout. And that's what fructose causes when you consume large amounts of fructose, which is it's like in this stuff. There's right here, corn syrup, that's fructose. It's in this stuff here. It's in your sugar. It's sweeter than sucrose and glucose. And so it's some bad stuff. And anyway, but you need sugar. It's good. Sugar's like what sustains your life, but we're just consuming way too much of it. And fructose, you could get fructose in fruits, but see, the fruit has fiber in it. And so if you eat fructose with fiber, it's good. And so like if you do eat fructose, eat it with fruit. Eat it with the fiber. Don't just eat it sugary drinks or and that'll cause some problems. He said, let's see what else I wanted. And one thing I think that's kind of been saving me is I do a lot of exercise, and so if you do a lot of exercise, like I said, stress your body out, it improves your skeletal muscle and your insulin sensitivity. So that'll help bring insulin levels down. So if you exercise, so exercise is important too, in addition to diet. And when you exercise, it also reduces your stress and your cortisol levels, which is cortisol is bad stuff that causes inflammation, and it causes like things like stiff joints and pain. So you see some of these people that walk around, they're like this and they're sore, it's because they're probably consuming large amounts of this fructose, and it's causing them to have gout and hypertension. And so anyway, I just wanted to do that video about this, and I'll let you know how it goes. Thank you. Oh, the other thing I was going to say is maybe you could join me in taking a month off of sugary drinks and adding refined sugar to your coffee and eating sweet foods. Maybe that would be worth doing. What do you think? Or what do you think about what if we as Indian people, we establish some kind of month of no refined sugars as like a protest to like colonization or something like that? I don't know, just an idea. Curious to know what you think.